of 340 patient certificate for inventors and researchers in Nigeria since 2010. This was announced by the Minister of the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, during an official presentation of patent certificates to researchers and innovators in Abuja. In his keynote address, Naji emphasized the importance of intellectual property and innovation in driving the nation's industrialization economic growth. Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that the current administration will continue to provide the values of democratic systems by fixing major weaknesses of the economy, fighting corruption, strengthening the independence of judiciary, and improving national cohesion. Shettima stated this in Abuja at the National Conference of Strengthening Democracy in Nigeria themed Strengthening Nigerians' Democracy, Pathways to Good Governance and Political Integrity. Shettima, represented by his special advisor on political issues, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, said, while democracy is not a perfect system, it is still considered the best form of government compared to others. Former presidential candidate and activist Omoyele Sowore has been granted bail following his engagement with the Force Intelligence Department (FID) of the Nigerian Police Force (NPF) in Abuja. However, Sowore vowed to reject any bail conditions that he believed would undermine his innocence, dignity, or integrity. The activist was invited by the police for questioning after uploaded a viral video alleging extortion by officers at the checkpoint in Lagos, as well as to address multiple allegations, including resisting and obstructing public officers or disobedience to lawful orders, cyber stalking, and actions allegedly intended to prevent arrest. The former founder of Afe Babalola University at Ado-Ekiti, Are Afe Babalola San, has agreed to withdraw the cases instituted against activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi. Babalola, who spoke at the university after the intervention of Oni of Ife, Abba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, and other top traditional rulers at the midnight meeting, said he had agreed to withdraw the criminal case, saying he would tell his lawyers to withdraw the case. Recall that the activist was arrested by the police following Babalola's petition to the police commission in Ekiti State that Farotimi defamed him in a book titled Nigeria and Its Criminal Justice System. The federal government has moved to establish a centralized and harmonized data bank with an unified platform that will consolidate all critical education data in Nigeria. Hence, it has inaugurated a 25-man implementation committee for the Education Data Initiative. The project, themed the Nigerian Education Digitalization Initiative implementation team, was inaugurated in Abuja by the Minister of Education, Maruf Tunji Alausa. Speaking at the inauguration, the minister said the Nigerian Education Data Initiative was a bold response to addressing long-standing challenges in the sector, adding that the data bank will not merely house information but serve as the foundation for evidence-based decision-making and policy development. Lagos State has launched an electronic registration for the year 2025 Universal Basic Education by Continuous Assessment Scores UBEC by CAS and placement tests for January 27 to April 2025. The Director of Lagos State Examination Board, Adebayo Oronsolu, announced this in a statement, noting that only primary 6 pupils in public and approved private primary schools in the state are eligible to participate in the UBEC by CAS and placement tests, noting that registration is free for public primary schools, while pupils of approved private primary schools are expected to pay the sum of 5,000 naira per candidate through the Lagos State Central Billing System, CBS. The system also contained approval of Yoruba language as one of the subjects for testing the knowledge and thinking ability of pupils sitting for the placement test by CAS in the state. The National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, has said it will roll out an improved multi-purpose biometric identity card. Director General and Chief Executive Officer, NIMC, Abisoye Koka Udusote, who disclosed this at a media briefing on improved NIN card in Abuja said that the move is in collaboration with Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. Koka Odusote said the new card program aims to address multiple use cases of federal government and private sector interventions and also targeted at addressing social and economic issues in the country with the payment functionalities and identity as a foundation. In the meantime, the Ogun State government has expressed interest in partnering with Ogun Osun River Basin Development Authority on sustainable power and irrigation alongside other sustainable agricultural projects. The special advisor to Ogun State government Culture and Angel Adelaja Kui, according to a statement, disclosed this during a courtesy visit to the MD of Oreda Adedeji Ashiru, noting that in line with the state government's Isaiah agenda championed by Governor Dakwa Biodun, the government seeks to partner with Oreda to meet the agency's goals and objectives in the area of food production. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and Niger State Emergency Management Agency, NISAMA, are working together to respond to dynamite explosion that occurred in Sabon Pegi, Mashigbu local government area of the Niger State. This was disclosed in a statement by NEMA after Niger State Police Command confirmed that explosion was caused by dynamite stored in a residential building. According to the statement issued by the command spokesperson SP Wasiu Abiodun, the explosion led to the death of one Fatima Sadiku, while 6 others sustained injuries and were rushed to the General Hospital Kanji, New Basa, for medical attention. You are watching the live broadcast of News Express on Global Television. It's coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, where News Express returns King Charles to visit Ashwas of Nicklin Memorial Day. We shall bring you these details as well as that of business and sports stories right after this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Express on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. On our business scene now, the National Insurance Commission, NADCOM, and the Nigerian Civil NCAA committee was inaugurated at the NADCOM office in Abuja when a delegation from NCAA led the DGM Financial Health and Aviation Insurance, Dorcas Ramuni, visited the commission. The Commissioner for Insurance Chief Executive Officer of NADCOM, Olusegun Omosihen, represented by the Deputy Commissioner Technical, Usman Jankara, stressed that the Commission's primary responsibility is to regulate the insurance industry's business activities and safeguard the interests of policy holders. Telecommunications operators are awaiting detailed guidelines from the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, to outline the specifics and framework required for implementing the controversial 50% tariff hike. The telecom regulator is expected to issue a determination document which serves as a blueprint to define the framework's terms and conditions for implementing the approved tariff adjustments. Under the new policy, telecom operators will be allowed to adjust prices within the tariff bands of 6.40 naira to 50 naira, as established by the NCC's 2013 cost study. Network operators will stop providing dedicated text messages service to banks unless the lender settles their outstanding debts to the telcos by the close of business today, Monday, 27th January 2025. The disconnection of the unstructured supplementary service data USSD service, which impacts mobile banking services used by millions of Nigerians, follows an order from the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC Telecom regulator, issued on January 15, 2025. Under the directive, 9 banks were warned to clear their debts by January 27, 2025, or risk losing access to the USSD code, a virtual service enabling customers to conduct banking transactions without internet access. The World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, have called on the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to remain steadfast in controlling inflation. Nigeria's inflation rate increased to 34.8% in December, up from 33.6% in November. During a panel session, World Bank senior economics for Nigeria, Samir Mehta, emphasized the importance of CBN's focus on curbing inflation, stressing the necessity for advancements on the supply side, such as improving agricultural productivity and reinforcing the connections between rural and urban regions. The National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has awarded over 3.2 million naira in business grants to 5 corps members as part of efforts to combat youth unemployment and promote entrepreneurship in Nigeria. The Director General of NYSC, Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed, while awarding the grants to corps members, reaffirmed his administration's commitment to fostering partnerships that empower corps members with resources for self-employment. The grant presentation held at the NYSC National Directorate headquarters in Abuja reflects the NYSC focus on reducing graduate unemployment, a key component of its 5-point policy thrust. And on the foreign scene, the parliamentary investigation has indicated that bird feathers and food bloodstains were found in both engines of the Jedu airplane that crashed in December. The Boeing 737-800 was flying from Thailand to Muan in South Korea on December 29th when it crash-landed and exploded into a fireball after slamming into a concrete barrier. South Korean and American investigators are still probing the cause of the disaster, with a bird strike, faulty landing gear, and the runway barrier among the possible issues. Masses of displaced Palestinians began streaming towards the north of the war-battered Gaza Strip after Israel and Hamas said they had reached a deal for the release of another 6 hostages. The breakthrough preserved a fragile ceasefire and paves the way for more hostages, prisoner swaps under an agreement aimed at ending the more than 50-month conflict which has devastated the Gaza Strip and displaced nearly all its residents. Israel had been preventing Palestinians from returning to their homes in northern Gaza, accusing Hamas of violating the terms of the truce. But Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of office said late Sunday they would allow to pass after the new deal was reached. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, have revealed that nationwide immigration crackdown resulted in the arrest of 956 people, the most since President Donald Trump returned to power. A number of federal agencies with newly expanded detention powers were involved in the raid in a number of cities, including Chicago, Newark, New Jersey, and Miami. Trump came to power after making mass deportations of undocumented immigrants in central campaign promise. King Charles has traveled to Poland, where he met with Holocaust survivors and said the act of remembering the evil of the past remains a vital task. Sources close to the king said this is a profound visit for him, with one aide describing it as a deeply personal pilgrim. Back in the UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who will join the Prince of Wales and survivors at the office commemorations in London to mark Holocaust Memorial Day, has renewed his commitment to ensure all schools teach pupils about Holocaust, warning that society must make never again finally mean what it says. In our sports stories now, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has launched a defamation lawsuit against Turkish journalist Talgo Busuman, who accused him of assault following Galatasaray's dramatic 3-3 draw with Dynamo Kyiv 2 weeks ago. The 26-year-old Galatasaray forward, who has been in sensational form this season with 16 goals and 5 assists in 21 appearances, now faces scrutiny of the pitch amid growing controversy over the alleged incident. Busuman had claimed that Osimhen became aggressive and punched him while he was attempting to take photos of the striker outside a venue. Morocco is set to host a huge celebration of football for the second time since 1988, and ceremony is expected to feature the biggest names in African football history, such as Egypt's Essam El Hadray, Cameroon's Patrick Mboma, Tunisia's Amam and Ivory Coast Gaviho. CAF announced that the ceremony will feature a music show with top artists in the lineup, including Morocco's Hatim Amar, Congolese star Matra Glims, and Moroccan music producer Red One. CAF also unveiled the official logo of the 2025 AFCON, which perfectly reflects Morocco's cultural heritage and depicts the AFCON Cup covered in Zalingue. The country's traditional form of music art, the qualified nations are divided into 4 pots based on FIFA rankings, with Morocco, Senegal, Egypt, Algeria, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire in pot 1, Cameroon, Mali, Tunisia, South Africa, DR Congo, and Burkina Faso are in pot 2. Pot 3 has Gabon, Angola, Zambia, Uganda, Equatorial Guinea, and Benin, and pot 4 has Mozambique, Cameroon, Tanzania, Sudan, Zimbabwe, and Botswana. Spain's Euro 2024 winning coach Luis de la Fuente has extended his contract to 2028. The Spanish Football Federation said in a statement that it has agreed to renew its confidence in Luis de la Fuente, who will continue as national coach until after the European champions in 2025. The 63-year-old has been in the post since 2022, guiding Spain to the Nations League title in 2023 and then to a victory against England in last year's Euro final. Former Beijing international Roger has been arrested as part of an investigation into cocaine trafficking via the port of Antwerp. Brussels prosecutors' office and police arrested several suspects, including the footballer, after carrying out a series of morning raids across the country. The prosecutors added in a statement that the investigation concerns alleged facts of importation of cocaine from South America to Europe, while the port of Antwerp said its redistribution in Belgium, although no further details have been made public. To end Global TV News Express, here's a summary of our top stories again. Report to you that Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that the current administration will continue to provide the values of the democratic system by fixing major weaknesses of the economy, securing communities, fighting corruption, strengthening the independence of the judiciary, and improving national cohesion. The federal government has moved to establish a centralized and harmonized database with a unified platform that will consolidate all critical education data in Nigeria. Hence, it has inaugurated a 25-man implementation committee for education data initiative. And in business, the National Youth Service Corps NYSC has awarded over 3.2 million naira in business grants to 5 core members as part of efforts to combat youth unemployment and promote entrepreneurship in Nigeria. And on the foreign scene, Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) have revealed that a nationwide immigration crackdown resulted in the arrest of 956 people, the most since President Donald Trump returned to power. And finally, in sports, Spain's Euro 2024 winning coach Luis de la Fuente has extended his contract to 2028. And that's it on Global Television News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms by using the logo now showing on your screen at Global TV NG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.